What's up, guys? So, I wanted to share what I noticed about some manifestations that are coming in pretty strongly for me lately, right? The whole idea of this channel is to share the tips, tricks, and techniques that I know are working for me with hopes that somebody can utilize this information in a way that will help them in whatever they're going through. And I had a couple of videos lately that did very well compared to the norm on my channel, right? So I'm on here. This is something that I am currently manifesting, um, having a presence on here where people can come and be like, like, let me try that tip. Let me try this trick, And there was a state of being that I was in that I noticed that had really good results when I looked at, you know, what I created in that state of being versus like where I'm at energetically for the rest of my videos. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. So, what I noticed is I go film at the park. If you look at my videos, a lot of it is outside in nature. I go film at the park, and there are certain meditations and stuff that I do in order to kind of like, bring myself into a nice, good mood. But on this particular day, I got to the park and I felt like there was a message already. Like I didn't have to sit there and try to like think of anything. I didn't like, try to look up ideas for a video. It just was like, this is a good topic. Like as soon as I parked the car, it was like, this is a good topic to talk about. Right. And the topic I'm talking about, which escapes me at the moment, but it's whatever video I have on my channel that has like above 2,000 views. Right. So this happened 2 times. So I'm trying to share like where I was at. Right. So where I was at energetically was just kind of at peace. I just came to the park. I was just like, let me try just walking. Like I'm not thinking about anything. And this is the mentality I had before I even got to the park. Like I wasn't like, sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make a video when I get there, right? So I had no pre-plans for anything. I kind of was just like, I'm just gonna go walk or whatever. But as soon as I parked, the idea came through, right? So that tells me that the resistance that I'm usually creating when I'm creating content is that I'm somewhat trying to take the wheel, and it may not necessarily be the time for a video, right? Assuming that I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do on my end, right? Like I created my channel and I'm showing up, the best way that I can. The messages that come through, I'm just gonna feel it, right? It's just gonna feel like, yeah, right now is the time, right? I shouldn't be concerned about timing, which I wasn't. And I do my best to be in that state of being. Wasn't concerned about timing, wasn't concerned about how this was gonna do, wasn't concerned about if I was gonna have an idea or anything. Like I kind of was just existing and this thing kind of came through, right? I was just existing. That's it. I wasn't searching. I wasn't searching for anything, right? And that's a key thing there that I noticed is that when you search for something, you're giving off the energy that you don't have the thing, right? So there have been moments where I make videos and I'm like, what am I going to do for content? You know what I mean? But when I'm trying to make a video and I'm supposed to be resting, right? According to spirit, according to the universe, right now, it's not when I'm supposed to be making a video. I'm just supposed to be resting. I'm just supposed to be chilling. I'm supposed to be living my life, right? Which signals that I'm in alignment. Like I'm doing what it is that is coming naturally. I'm not trying to go outside of, what feels natural. When I made those 2 videos that are above 2,000 views on my channel, it felt natural. It didn't feel like I had to try. Like sometimes I'm at the park and I'm like really contemplating like, like what am I going to talk about? Like I'll be walking for like an hour, Really contemplating, like, what's a good topic, like, that people, you know what I mean? Like, not like hardcore searching, like, I gotta do a video, but just like, I really will be there contemplating about, like, what do I want to talk about? And I'm noticing little flickers of moments where I'm just being. And by being, something comes through, right? The message comes through. The alignment happens by me just being, right? I'm not doing much. And I talk about this, but it was like, it was really um surreal for me to see, like, oh, I really don't have to do that much, right? And I say it all the time. I'm like, the universe will do 90% of the work. You just kind of have to be there, you know, and play your part, right? It's like being an actor, right? There's a whole story that you're playing, but like, you're not making the whole story. You're just playing your role. So that was like one of the major things that I noticed when I made the video. And I don't even know if any of this stuff is going to be helpful for you guys, to be honest with you. I'm just yapping. But I wanted to share that because I just like, it's good confirmation. And like, I feel like it's good to hear confirmations of like things that work, right? We're all trying to manifest the stuff that we want. And this was something that I noticed, right? I just noticed it with my channel. And like, of course, there's people out here getting, you know, millions of views and stuff like that. But I'm thankful for anything, right? I'm thankful for any views. But I pay attention to when there's outliers because I'm just like, that's interesting. What was going on with me when that happened? Because I always point things back at me. Like, where was my headspace at? What happened that day? Like, I'm not like, oh, well, that topic worked well. Let me talk more about that topic. That's not necessarily that's not necessarily the approach. But I hear that approach a lot, right? Somebody will be like, oh, well, your video did well, so like do more of that topic, right? But then in a way, you're kind of forcing it. You're like forcing the energy to work. Well, this video did really good. Let me talk about this again because it's going to work again. And it's probably not going to work because you're kind of forcing it a little bit. You're like, I'm doing this because I saw some type of effect in my, you know, physical environment. I saw some type of reflection of an effect. Like, you're making it more complicated, right? Instead of being like in a space of neutrality and just kind of observing things and just waiting around to see what happens. And like I said, this applies with anything. It's not just content. This can be anything, right? Whatever you're pursuing, whatever you're going for, you're it's nice to know when you're in that pocket, right? So I pay attention to those things, and it's good confirmation for me because I'm like, yeah, this, like, what I was saying works. Like, I like those moments. It's still surreal when it happens, even though I know it works, but it's like, I like those moments because it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a feedback, like, yep, that's good feedback. And the more you give yourself that feedback, the more that stuff starts to happen, the more it kind of like you're doing it naturally because you understand the value of it. You're like, I actually have to do anything, right? I just have to be. I just have to be, right? And things will come in and leave and shift and shape in order for you to continue to be. And that's a very comforting thing to know that I can just be, right? When I feel like creating something, then the inspiration will come through, the idea will come through, the download. It's a download, essentially, right? Now is the time to move. If you feel like I need to do a thing because it's time to do it, right? Like, it's been too long, right? If you start thinking like, it's been too long, I need to do this thing, then it's not really natural because you're just like, there's a reason, you're creating a reason why you need to do it. And it almost becomes like counterproductive to the flow state, the state where manifestations flow a lot easier in, right? You're creating resistance there. So I just thought that this was very fascinating. Um, and it's good feedback. And I hope that this is useful data for somebody else out there that's creating something, right? And seeing maybe similar things that I'm seeing, right? I'm always learning about this stuff. I pay very close attention to when something is quite the outlier and I'm like, like what happened there? Right? So hopefully this was helpful. I appreciate you guys and I will see you later.